I think, and I'm being very tenuous with this, but it's looking like this is going to be the final coof video of 2021. I know it's so great. Okay, I'm glad that we won't have to talk about this anymore this year. Thank God we can finally put it in the rear view mirror. And, it's not even really talking about the actual fucking virus itself, which we're knowing now, thanks to the different variants that are out there, ain't all that fucking serious to begin with. But yeah, no, the mandates and the restrictions in these blue fucking cities, regardless of who's in charge, okay, because all of these fucking would-be tin pot despots, okay, with their little inclinations of tyranny and how they can enforce it and lord it over the populations, most of it gestates on either of the coasts, okay, and this specifically, okay, comes from California, comes from Gavin Newsom, who is emboldened by his recall effort that failed miserably. Fucking disaster that was. That's not going to be something we're going to be talking about when we recap the big stories of 2021, but now it's starting to disseminate, and it looks like for blue cities, blue states, and blue areas, 2022 is going to be the year of the mandate. And if you're in one of those places, are you going to push back? Certainly hope so. DC Mayor Bowser, okay, requires negative coronavirus test for public school students. You have to test negative. You have to test negative if you can't have the vaccine jabbed into your system in order to go to public school. Just another reason why you should probably just get out of the fucking school. Anyways, Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser announced that D.C. public schools cannot return to school after winter break unless they show proof of negative coronavirus tests. Although the school year begins on Monday, January 3rd, obviously, the district altered the school calendar for January 3rd and 4th to serve as non-instructional days for students to allow their families and staff to pick up tests. Boy, why would you take your kids to public schools in these places? Okay, yeah, no, it's only happening in places like Los Angeles, okay, and Washington D.C., but it's going to be coming to more places. DC is offering families free rapid antigen tests to comply with their requirements. The ones that are just like barely fucking reliable. Parents can pick up the tests from January 3rd, but must wait until January 4th to test their children. Tests given before January 4th will not be accepted, according to the mayor's office. I don't know. I've never taken one of these, nor do I ever intend to. I'm just wondering if there's any other way to fake that, or just like shove it up your ass and then just produce a negative test and then just wave it at one of these fucking disastrous people. It is true that we have asked our principals and teachers to do a lot. Please, families, don't just... don't also ask them to do... which could have been done on Tuesday. Bowser said, we're providing the test. We're asking you to do the swabs, wait 15 minutes, and upload the results with the proof of the test. That's it. That's all. Yeah, no, just constantly jab fucking things into your system and prove you're clean before you can come back. Fucking disaster. DC Public Schools Chancellor Louis Farabee, said the district is prepared to turn away any students who don't comply with the testing requirements. Cool. Now we're just holding your life and your education ransom. Homeschool your kids. Oh yeah, and by the way, do anticipate going back to virtual learning because Omicron, it's so scary and shit. Anyways, so after announcing, that they're going to be keeping classrooms open, that we're going to be handing out tests and all that other fun stuff, except as situational virtual learning throughout the semester, especially in the coming weeks. Yep. Caseloads keep going up. But what about hospitalizations? No, I don't need to talk about any of that shit. Yeah, so Washington, D.C., just the most recent example of and proof of the consequences of electing a post-wall 4 to be your mayor. Sucks to suck. Speaking of which, okay, like, we got that bitch who's just about term limited out, I think. I don't know, something like that. You just hope that she's going to be gone soon, but... somebody who is replacing one of the worst mayors, okay? It's a really, really tight race up at the top. You got like guys like Ted Wheeler, guys like Lori Lightfoot, Bill de Blasio, though I don't know. You can make a strong case that dude is the worst, but he's like days away from finally being out of the fucking mayor's chair. And somebody who at least campaigned as being a centrist, somebody who's going to be a little bit more level-headed, a little bit more law and order focused, and somebody who said that they were going to be revisiting the coof plan, well, he outlined it today, and it's no fucking different than Bill de Blasio's plan. You get what you fucking vote for, New York. Mayor-elect Eric Adams made plans to make a decision this spring on whether to mandate vaccines for New York City public school students starting in fall of 2022. Like I said, it starts in places like California and then it disseminates to different places. So could we be forcing jabs for kids to go to public school? I don't know, just wait and find out. Adams' one-page plan also states that he will keep Mayor Bill de Blasio's private sector vaccine mandate that took effect Monday, with a focus on compliance and not punishment. Cool. It's not it's not a mandate, it's a choice. Fuck off. An approach similar to the outgoing mayor's promise that city inspectors will ideally avoid penalties. Yeah, no, but we'll still send the fucking Gestapo in and kick down your door. We're going to keep that in place, Adams said during a press conference in Brooklyn Borough Hall. The goal is to be cooperative and not punitive. Why force it at all, okay? You should make it accessible. You should make it easy to get. You shouldn't just be forcing people to bend to your will. But it's safe and effective, right? The next mayor had previously not expressed a definitive stance on the policy, which should have been a red flag anyways. City will immediately study if the mandate, along with the other vaccine requirements, will need to be updated to include obligatory booster doses in lieu of 2 vaccine shots. You know that's coming as well. That's been in a lot of places. According to Adams' winter coronavirus agenda passed out to reporters Thursday morning. We're at a critical moment in the fight against the pandemic. It's always critical, and it's always just going to be a pandemic until you tell people that it's not going to be a fucking pandemic. Asked about allowing city employees to work remotely, Adams signaled openness to it amid an Omicron-driven surge of cases, but added, "We're at a point where we must safely learn to live with COVID." Then why do you keep enforcing these fucking mandates? We're going to have to learn to live with it, but we're going to tell you how to live. So learn to live with that. We're going to be doing that by ensuring people return to work in a safe way. Yeah, it's really tough to like plow streets virtually. It's just, it doesn't really happen until drone technology gets to a certain level. He said, noting he wants municipal workers back at their desks when cases subside. Yeah, we don't really need too many more pencil pushers. That's fine. Additionally, the next mayor announced that the city will distribute 2 million high-quality masks like KN95s, 1 million more at-home tests to children, and that de Blasio's test-to-stay plan for public school students exposed to COVID will be carried out, of course. The plan notes that all other current mandates that Bill de Blasio put in place to slow the spread of COVID will remain in effect. Yeah, so this guy's just literally not going to do anything different, okay? He's just, if you shrunk down and left Bill de Blasio out in the sun a little bit longer, that's what you're getting here, with just a little bit more of a palatable demeanor. New boss, same as the old boss, unfortunately. So, yeah, my optimism of New York City, I thought that this guy would be potentially a little bit better. But if he's leaving in all the policies that didn't fucking work the first time around, what kind of hope do you have anyways? But yeah, no, as for testing or any sort of therapeutics and all that shit, Bill de Blasio wasn't for it. Eric Adams hasn't really said one thing or another, so it'll just go ahead and show you that wear a mask and get the jab. Don't ask about the dirty I word. Don't ask about monoclonal antibodies, mostly because Joe Biden's not handing those out anymore. Biden denies monoclonal antibody treatments as states experience shortage. Yep, and that's why places like Florida and Texas had to go beyond, and they had to circumvent the federal government in order to get adequate supply, which GlaxoSmithKline has plenty of, apparently. You just go to them and they're like, yeah, we can hook you up. And it's like, this shit has been proven to help substantially. Okay? There are other things that doctors are trying to administer because they work. And they're cheap. Okay? But that's a big problem. Cheap shit that works doesn't really line the pockets of too many people in the Democratic Party. Or really in the big uniparty anyways. So that's why they're a little bit too hesitant to really push anything forward. And yeah, this one right here, man. These monoclonal antibodies, they've been proven to work for a long time, okay? Even Trump, when he caught that case there over a year ago, he had this treatment, okay? It's helped a lot of fucking people, but once again, Joe's not out here trying to help you out, okay? He's not here to try to keep you safe. He's not trying to keep you healthy. He just wants you to get the jab, regardless. No questions asked. Biden continues ignoring state demands for more monoclonal antibody treatments. The shortages are preventing Americans seeking the treatment from accessing them. Last week, the Biden administration paused shipments of the Regeneron and Eli Lilly treatments because it concerns their effectiveness against the Omicron variant. What concerns? I have not seen, okay? And I do my due diligence and I look through all of this shit to figure out if there's any sort of concern that any of this shit's not working anymore, and there's nothing conclusive at all. I haven't even heard this assertion prior to reading that sentence. Monoclonal antibody treatment, Tommy Sotomayor continues to be distributed. Florida Surgeon General Joseph Ladapo directly criticized the administration in a letter on Tuesday for actively preventing distribution of the treatments, noting they could be used in Delta variant cases of the virus, or just any case of the virus. Shit seems to be working, so what's the problem? A sudden suspension of multiple monoclonal antibody treatments, therapy treatments, from distribution to Florida removes the healthcare provider's ability to decide the best treatment option for their patients in their state. Yeah, there's also something else that continues to get disregarded, even though it's been shown to be promising. Criticizing the short-sightedness of the Biden administration. Yeah, we could continue to go into this, but, you know, kicking this dead horse really is a topic for another video. Yeah, we're going to do Biden's year-in review here, and his successes are few and far between. Hey, you know what? He survived 2021, but I guess we kind of still have an extra day, so I don't really want to wish him anything too ill, but him saying, you can kind of see a little bit of a spoiler there, kind of. Oop, if I can just kind of point to it correctly. Oh, here we go. Oh, there. There, right? Yeah, okay. I have the strongest first-year economic track record. No, you don't. And we're going to dive into that in a minute. So with that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Coswello. Watch your fall your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.